Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece!
They will suffer for this humiliation.
By the first ones! You're alive! I'm glad to see another living soul.
Your leg. What took place here?
The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, until that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
Death comes swiftly here. I should keep moving.
Please hasten!
A sickness controls him.
That scum!
Inspiring. He bore the mark of corruption. I know it.
Well done. Please come inside.
Here, there is a small trace of hope in the air.
Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence, if what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. Well, have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense. There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
His burden is heavy. He hides it well.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Geonor took his most loyal men into the Grelwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something.
Her mind tends to wander. She reminds me of one of my sisters.
Yes? Renly brings the strength, Finn brings the wit, and I'm doing my best to keep spirits raised with my songs. Hope is the only thing we have now, but it's in short supply. He doubts himself, but I know he will find a way to protect us. He is a good man, and I am thankful for his presence. In many ways, he reminds me of my father. Bye.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know. This is a wooden tomb, if you care to see it objectively. We're not quite dead yet, but food supply is dwindling, and I've seen what hunger can make a man do. The monsters out there are not the ones that will get us in the end. Oh, Renly's all right. Only man in the village that didn't run me out of town whenever he saw me. Well, maybe it's because he didn't have a daughter to protect. See you?
Headstrong and overconfident. Like me.
How's the clearing? Well, this place was never meant to house this many people, especially not the sick and injured. But there's nowhere else to go. The monsters creeping out of the forest keep us locked within these wooden walls, and the Count's tyranny has made outlaws of everyone here. So nobody's coming to save us. I don't have the heart to tell the others I don't see a way to survive this. I put on a brave face, but it's the truth. This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Esamite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. He tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he rose again. Well, we thought we were done for. But then you came along, and I'm glad you did. Stick to the cairns.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, able-bodied men capable of excavation must present themselves at the manor at once. Failure to do so will constitute a crime. I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
doubt me. The mudworm. Wandered the Vestiri. This was not a challenge.
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly. But take it as thanks. Bad enough I have all these folks to protect. I've been worried sick about my son ever since the Count's men arrested him. I was hoping you might have seen him when you were in their custody. He's a big lad, but you can't miss him because, well, he's not from around here. I found him washed up on the riverbanks when he was just a child, a Karoi foundling, perhaps lost by some raiding party. Nobody ever came for him, though. Every day here in Clearfell, I keep my eyes on the river, hoping he'll miraculously wash up on its lonely sands just one more time. Till next time.
Ah, the hero.
You killed the Devourer in its own lair. That's mighty brave of you, hero. Now at least we won't starve to death. One less way to die, I guess.
Remember us when you're famous, eh?
Hello. I survive, but all that I was is gone. Count Geonor has only been growing more and more cruel with his justice. He arrested my father for bringing in the harvest one day late, and the rest of my family scattered and fled as the soldiers came for them. I was away when it happened, but my neighbors warned me on my way home, and I fled. Clearfell is as far as I could go before the dangers of the forest closed in. There is scant hope in my heart for my father, but I must believe my mother and my 2 younger brothers escaped, even though my heart tells me that they are just songs now. I keep longing for a ray of light to cut through the darkness of these bleak days. The Devourer is just another victim of the sickness infecting our precious land. Many of Ogham's beasts are fearsome and dangerous, but not like this. The infection in the soil, water, and air is changing them. All of them. It is sad to see such a great creature slain, but it was no longer what it once was. I suppose it had to be done.
This tree has an abundance of energy.
What happened here? This shade, Is it still alive? Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek. Only the Count's sword has the power to bind souls to the tree like this. We must free it somehow. To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. The ancient runes that imbue the Count's blade created the binding, and only ancient runes can break it. There is a battlefield not far from here that runs red with rust, where the weapons and armor of countless Ezamites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here. The old magics will protect me. Did you find the runes? The Red Veil played host to the final and bloodiest battle of countless conflicts. It was in the heart of that veil that we fought for our freedom against the Eternals. We did win, in a sense. But the cost was far greater than anyone expected. Many generations of able-bodied men and women gave their lives to push off the boot of oppression. Ogham's clans haven't been the same since, even centuries on. My mother's mother told me tales of this tree. Our ancestors used it to attract fey spirits, until it was given a darker purpose under the Eternals. They would leave Ezamites strung up on the tree, alive, to starve, to be pecked at by birds. So this is the source of my shadowed dreams. Not the tree, but the shade upon it. As strange as it sounds, I believe we should help this creature. For the Count to bind it to the tree, it must be involved in all of this somehow. There is something very wrong in Ogham, and it may know something of it. The great sword Agnar is currently in Count Geonor's possession, but the mighty runed blade was not always his to wield. It is an ancient weapon of the old magics, inspired by the great wolf himself. Legend says it was forged and runed for the original clan leader so he might lead his people to a new, safer land. This brought them to Farrell, where they founded Ogham. Ever since, Agnar was passed down to the leader of the strongest clan. When the position of Count was established in Ogham, the sword was bound to the role. But now, Geonor sullies its remarkable history with his misdeeds. I hope I will live to see the day when someone worthy takes up the sword once more.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, those condemned to hang from these branches are to be left until their hearts no longer beat, their lungs no longer fill with air, and their flesh is no longer warm. In death, you are not forgiven. Your souls will remain trapped here by this ancient moor of maligned wood, and the grove will be forever denied you. Rot here in the Grelwood for all time, and good riddance.
The very trees tremble with sickness. Waste away, back to the soil. That may hold what I seek. The dead seem to rise in every direction. No matter. That voice, it is bound to this place. The last of what I'm seeking. Lord, accept your death.
Furious spikes, but be cautious. They stayed warm after forging, no matter how many times I quenched them. I would ask what you need these for, but I'm putting my trust in you. That place used to be a kind and warm wood. I even played there when I was young. It's a dark well now, with no way out for most. I'd go with you, but I got people to protect here. Stick to the cairns.
Spirits in the trees be damned. You actually entered the Red Veil and survived. Every Ogham kid knows, if you step 1 foot in there, you'll be skewered and eaten. Well, those kids that are lucky enough to have a mother, that is.
As an esteemed member of no clan at all, I had the distinct honour of wandering through the lovely sights of all 4 seasons. Summer heat, winter chill, take your pick. For company, it was my pleasure to sup with the outlaws, the deranged, and the unwanted. It's simply unthinkable that I never met a nice girl to settle down with, isn't it? It won't be like this forever. I'm gonna build my palace someday. Been planning it since I was small and found myself on my own. Imagine with me, if you will, a vast span of wood above you in the trees. That's the foundation you're looking at. You ascend a tremendous spiral staircase around an ancient trunk and find yourself approaching a treehouse worthy of the first ones. Dozens of lavish bedrooms, two stocked kitchens, tall spires, a tower that looks out over all of Ogham, and half of Farrell for good measure. Isn't it glorious? That's where I really live. This cold, damp, hungry world is just an illusion.
Bye then.
Renly's done a fine job forging those spikes. Meet me at the Tree of Souls. The first ones ran wild through the Grelwood of old, hunting and brawling as they saw fit. It is said that the spirits of the forest would watch them and be entertained. Over time, the forest became abundant with the joys of those spirits and their old magics. It was a haven for the unity of life and spirit. That place of beauty has now become shadowed and deadly. The curse upon this land has made the known paths of the Grelwood twisted and treacherous, so much so that we can no longer even reach our home. He wears an eloquent mask of words. I doubt anyone here has seen what lies beneath. For many summers, I watched him cut smooth circles around the village square, moving from partner to partner, as if he was attending one of those famed eternal masquerades. Always masked. Always pretending to be something he wasn't. Never serious. It's a shame, because when a masquerade ends, everybody that is real goes home. But he'll still be dancing, masked and alone. Stab the spikes into the runewood markings. Good. Now the others.
Let's see what power the old clans wield.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though, this wound... We should take him back to Clearfell. He may be the only one who knows what truly happened out here. Stay safe, if you can. The wound... It should be fatal, but somehow he clings to life. I fear it will not be long until his song ends. He will never heal while the Count's binding still holds sway. Only by a Count's hand can this binding be released. I know an old tale. One that speaks of a ring we might be able to recover, buried 3 centuries ago in our ancient graveyard. A Count's signet ring, bearing his rune of authority. But how to reach it in time? The grim tangle. The overgrown sinkholes and gullies that run beneath Ogham can lead you there. The path is dangerous, but go back to the Grelwood. Find the entrance. We shall see if the spirits of this land still have the will to see you through. Hello. The graves of our people lie beneath the Eternal's tombs. Despite their best efforts to bury our legacy, we remain. Now they are gone, and we live on. This is the cycle of life as we have always known it. Everyone dies, but the clan endures, and the greatest glory an Ezomite can attain is to live on in a song or a poem. That is why we do not fight the wood and stone to reclaim our buried graves. And it is something the Eternals never understood. We don't need the graves. We still have the songs and the stories that matter. They could never take those from us.
So, you found a shadow in the forest and you brought it here. Good. Right. Superb.
Blocked for now. But I sense more than just life in these vines.
If the Fae spirits are still watching, I believe they will help us. Please, wait a moment. The old magic still thrive. The way is open. Please, hurry. Yes. My mother and I would come here to gather mushrooms when I was young. Ervig the Druid, one of the Grelwood's resident mystics, would meet us and allow us entry. He was well versed in the tongue of the old magics. But now, well, times certainly have changed. Please, don't eat any of the mushrooms. We need you alive. It fills my heart to see the spirits of the forest answer my call like that. It just goes to show there are still energies in this world that mean to aid us.
This was once a man? Will take you now, Druid.
Quickly! My family has been abducted! That bastard tyrant Praetor Draven! He's taken my family hostage! They're being held somewhere beyond these gates. I never thought he would stoop this low. I sent for reinforcements, but it's been so long. I must get through the gate. The keys! Where are the blasted keys? I believe those cowards took them.
This man has known respect in his life, but now
on with it.
He is simply lost.
Stranger? The Praetor? Oh, the Praetor! That monster! He is the worst man the Eternals could have chosen as a custodian for this territory. Had he come to us in peace, the clans might have been willing to talk. But that damned swine regards us as nothing but dogs. He invaded the village in the night without warning, without honor. He seized my family to try to force us to surrender. The Eternal Empire cares for nothing but power. Mark my words, we will not be ground under the heel of tyranny. Uprising? The uprising, of course. The clans are uniting to fight for their freedom. We are making our stand in the Vaal. Ogham. Oh yes, Ogham. This is the oldest home of the Ezelmites as we know ourselves. Past generations departed from here to settle Ezomir and the Isles of Skon. We did not always call this part of Farrell our homeland. And now the Eternals have come with their armies and laid claim to this place. It'll be a cold day in the Vastiri Desert before we submit. Before Farrell. Ah, the songs aren't clear after so much time. A great many generations ago, we were driven here from elsewhere. There was simply too much corruption, too much darkness. It was a time of chaos and terror, and much was lost. Our clan swore that this was the last time we would ever be cast out of our homes. Rise up, Ezelmites! We shall drive off these eternal bastards! The consort? Oh, Asinia. Curse the foul witch! She mired our lands with hexes upon our graves, so the dead may not die. She was but a servant girl to the Praetor's family. It was said she poisoned his first wife, aspired to replace her. She succeeded, and Draven, he was not dismayed by the darkness in her, he embraced it. And together, they conspired in their vile ambitions.
Let this be a testament for all time. The Eternal Empire stakes claim over this land, both in life and death. Marrakech fiend! My love, I call to you!
Fire!
No escape!
Yes, my beloved.
May your misdeeds be long forgotten.
Our victory is never complete, so long as the Ezamites resist us. Let this graveyard erase their stain on the land.
Eternity to regret your intrusion here. Cut down. Your soul is mine. To feel its hunger. Succumb to the Empire at your request. Your meaningless life ends now. Rend your soul! Succumb to the Empire!
Your demise is welcomed. I am sure of it.
You did it! Do my eyes again deceive me? You have the keys! You showed those eternal bastards! Use the keys to open the gate! Let's go and free my family! Come back when you have the other key! At last it's open! Praise the first ones! What is this? Graves! Isabel! Torko, Callum, the family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
Wall of flame! Rejoin your kin, lost one. I will remember you.
You found the ring. This will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness. It can still be contained. We must put the seed back.
This seed, is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Yes. Please, find it. I am still too weak. This will only grow worse.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find this seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village. Please, go as quickly as you can and see what you can find. I fear there is not much time.
"20 years ago, in the wake of those tremendous events, mankind was busy with its own survival. No one was looking for me, and no one saw me. I lurked in high places and dark places, seeking to keep the seeds safe from men of ambition. In recent years, however, I found myself continually forced to move from place to place. There was always one more hunter, one more patrol, one more grove being cut down or cave being mined. There was nowhere to hide, and my path inexorably took me here, which was apparently exactly where someone wanted me to be. This was all a trap, laid over the course of years, and at colossal expense. Someone wanted the seed at any cost, which surely bodes ill for their intentions. Tread carefully.
Yes. I understand you did what you had to. Please, let us not speak of it further. Goodbye.
Hey. I was the first to notice the Mad Count's fist closing around this land. He kept rounding up people like me for reasons that smelt like wolf droppings. I'm a bit of a slippery fish though, so I dodged his nets. Then his mercenaries started coming for people I actually liked, and that's when I knew something was up. The village folk kept defending his actions. I don't know why they couldn't see it. Maybe they didn't want to see it. Oh, Una? Yeah, I know her. I was, elsewhere when the Count tried to arrest her family, but I certainly heard about it. It's just a coincidence we both ended up here. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't follow her or anything like that. It would be unheard of for a clan girl and an outcast to... Well, whatever you're thinking, don't. That's where I stand on it. You gotta be grounded in the real world. Don't get hung up on things that can never be. It'll just break your heart. Those glowing blue eyes make it hard to sleep at night. I'd wear something over my face to block out the glare, but silly me, I left my sleeping veil back at my palace. Remember us when you're famous, eh?
This hooded one is here on your honor. Don't take this as a threat, but it's your head if he turns out to be as evil as he looks. Tread as heavily as you like. The Eternals stomped their graves all over ours when they had a conqueror's foothold here. Now, if those graves have turned up and released their dead, take our vengeance on them. Some even say, when the night is darkest, our ancestors still fight theirs among the tombs, and I don't doubt it. A true Esamite never surrenders their land, not even in death. I have a forge back home in the village, but I don't dare return. Count Geonor hired thugs that are far crueler than the village guard, and they've been arresting more and more good folk. Each accusation weaker than the last. A few of those hard-eyed men came around my forge asking for free weapons made. Well, I refused. I knew their ire would soon fall upon me, so I fled and took up temporary lodging here at Clearfell.
Greetings. The boundless horrors of mishandled corruption cannot be conveyed simply through words. I only hope that you can find and contain the seed before it is too late. The Count accosted me and stole a very dangerous object. A seed that I have kept hidden from humanity. Somehow he knew that I possessed it. He cannot possibly know how dangerous it is. His attempts to harness its power will court disaster. You must hurry to the village. At the very least, those who are still sane may be convinced to aid in containing the seed. Corruption once had a purpose. Let us term it a disorganizer of what would otherwise be order. One consequence of this chaos is the warping of pathways, both through the woods and in the mind. The land so afflicted is never the same when trod upon a second time. Men afflicted by corruption know not where or when they are, only that they are in pain, and you appear as a horrible creature to their distorted senses. All children have imaginary friends. Most grow out of that phase. A rare few refuse to let go, creating real from unreal through sheer stubbornness. Gods born of man certainly exist, but did a gigantic red tiger named Farul actually run the plains of the primordial world? There is no way to know. Will the world end if she and her savage ilk return? The answer, I imagine, is up to those who would stand and fight on that day. Be glad that today is not that day, as far as I know. Move swiftly.
Hold up a moment.
Feel the chill. Sons, have you?
Here to hunt, are you? That makes two of us. Name's Delwyn. See that there? No, your eyes don't deceive you. That is the spirit, or at least a form of it. Don't worry, it means for us to follow. Approach, and the hunt begins. Ready? Go on then. What brings you this way? I'm looking for someone, and there's Mary, like myself. Heard folks say one might have been taken prisoner in these parts a few moons past. You seen anyone like that? No. Suppose I'll have to keep looking then. Wanted to ask her why she... Oh, forget it. She's not here. That's all I needed to know. We as Mary always kept to ourselves. Never troubled the world. And it never troubled us. At least, not till our ancestors took in the Vaal. And folks still bicker over whether that were a mistake. But that were then. Now, the spirit itself calls on us to look beyond our own. Who are we to ignore its will? Folk around here don't take kindly to strangers. Try and keep up. Don't lose sight of it.
Fall before me.
No time to carry. Nothing's flaring. It's getting stronger. Come on now, let's end this. Don't give it a chance to recover. Don't give it a chance to recover.
Shield and shield!
The spirit calls! That were a good hunt. Aye, you've the makings of a proper hunter. The spirit thanks ye, and so do I. If you've an interest in these hunts, stick around. We talk more. If we run enough of them, maybe we'll come to understand what the spirit wants of us. I've never known the spirit to manifest itself so openly. I'd tell of it aye, but even in the stories it weren't like this. Our elders spoke of a time when the spirit moved among us, seeking out wrathin, corruption, in the modern tongue, and guiding our hunters to it so they could cleanse the land. Seems it's doing the same now, but more often, more urgent. Wrathin's spreading, the spirit's calling us to act. Question is, will you answer? Most wisps are small flickers of the spirit, drawn to Wrathin like moths to flame. But some burn brighter and seek out only the strongest. You'll know them by their orange glow. Bright as embers in the dark. They're not easy to bring down, but I reckon you can handle yourself. Ain't my place to question the spirit. I follow where it leads. But right now, seems to me it's guiding us to rid the land of Wrathin. Follow a wisp and you'll see. It lingers, almost like it's waiting on you. But best be careful. Wherever the spirit treads, Wrathin stirs, fighting back, like a wounded beast that won't go down easy. Following him ain't as simple as just keeping pace. Chase a wisp, and you'll find every beast it touches turns meaner, stronger, more ferocious than before. Seems like the Wrathin in him don't take kindly to the spirit's presence, like a fire raging hotter when the wind picks up. Regardless, the spirit always settles on one in particular. That's the real threat. But don't think the rest will be easy pickings, neither. Spirit guide you.
This is no lost man effigy. The boy is from these parts. I should ask him of this.
Wow, this is ominous. Now see, I used to frequent the clanless enclave that makes its home high in the trees near here. The locals call it Freythorn. A little while back, a group of strangers arrived out of the deep woods. They made altars like this and started whispering to the others about their religion. That was when I decided to move on. And judging by the size of this one, things have gotten worse. A lot worse. Something's wrong, hero. Something's definitely off. I thought I was imagining the whispers in the shadows at night up there. Thought I was just spooked by the cultists that had moved in. But maybe not. Though it is full of scoundrels, I was mildly fond of a fair few of them. Care to pay them a visit and see how they're doing? Good luck, hero. For now, I'm gonna get while the getting's good.
I will release you of your pain. Feel the chill! Get back here, creature! Enough of this! Corruption spreads like wildfire. No creature is safe.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees of the clanless Perch. As the loyal men of Ogham lay down their lives to protect those who support them, you hide. As the women of Ogham sweat and ache, skinning beasts upon which we feed, you hide. As the children of Ogham play at war, preparing to serve the greater needs of the people, you traitors hide. I will offer clemency only once. Return to the manor immediately and serve Ogham, as is your duty, and your punishment will be deferred.
To me from beyond the void.
I can't believe it. The whole bloody place has gone mad. Cursed cultists. Please, hero, find the other altars and dispose of them. Put an end to this. I'm gonna check around here for any sane survivors.
Pierce
traveler!
Piercing frost!
On fire! The Wildwood's power is mine!
I return you to the void, or wherever you hail from.
So the cultists really did have a king lurking out there in the shadows. Shame. I might have followed him myself if he'd simply promised decent meals instead. Thank you, hero. It's not the result I was hoping for, but at least I know the truth. Clearfell's all I have left now. If I was a drinking man, it'd be a sobering thought. Bye then. Hey.
Oh, that Finn's a bad influence. No daughter of mine will consort with such a type. We should have the village guards give him a good beating just to teach him a lesson.
Though I suppose nursing a grudge is foolish, given they're likely all dead now.
See you.
Greetings. Thank you.
I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home, in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it. Yes.
How can I help? I've had a few things go missing around the forge when Finn was nearby, but I can't begrudge the lad. His father refused to acknowledge him, so he was left clanless at an early age. Underneath that boastful exterior, there's just, well, I'm sure it's obvious, even to strangers. His mother was a kind and honest woman. Shame he doesn't take after her. A curse has befallen this land. That's what Una feels. That's what I say too. The beasts of Ogham have been friendly to men until a shadow started oozing out of the manor. These rabid and misshapen animals are not to blame. They've been driven mad by something we can't see, only feel in our bones. Last time I felt something like this, I was a much younger man.
Una will be most pleased to see this.
You found my lute. I can't quite believe my eyes. This feels like having a small part of my family back again. I can't thank you enough. I think I shall begin by composing a song about you. In the meantime, I would be happy to play for you, if you like.
Such a different sort of melody to my akaras. Haunting.
This shade is a curious one. It is quite odd to have a blue-eyed shadow in the camp watching us. But things truly have been taking a turn for the better since you freed him. Some of the folk here consider his presence a sign of good luck. Though I wonder if it is actually you that brings us these better fortunes. It seems shadows haunt us both.
Yes?
What have we got? The girl's a shining light in a time of darkness. If it weren't for her music, I don't know what I'd do. Every time I listen to her songs, I know I have to try harder to defend this place. Any fear and excuses be damned.
Una's house. Renly's house. They had real places to live. I was always so envious, but I guess they're like me now. Vagabonds. Vagrants. Well, it begs the question. Is this home now? You've caught me at a moment of sappiness, hero. My apologies.
Please! Don't do this. Stop. Just wait. Surely we can...
Face your judgment, Marraketh wench.
Great Wolf take you, bastard!
The Marraketh do not forgive, nor do they forget. You will burn.
Justice will be served. Kill our criminal! Get down here! Guillotine! Drops!
Will of the Marraketh! His suffering was short-lived. It is a shame.
He killed Eamon. Just killed him. I don't know what to do. Clearfell is safe. We have to get out of here. We can talk there.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, all men must work a third shift and continue excavating until further notice. Any man caught resting will meet the executioner's axe or the gallows noose.
For what it's worth, my name is Latus. I appreciate the rescue, but... Eamon, everything I know, it's all gone. It isn't worth much, but take this. Perhaps it will aid you against that monster. There is only one thing for certain. Count Geonor must die. He ordered the guard to round up everyone in the village, and when we resisted, they burned it to the ground. Enter the manor. Take our vengeance upon him. Oh. So, you know of it. I remember the night it all began. The Count and his men returned in the witching hour, carrying something hidden from sight. We didn't know what it was at the time, but we certainly learned soon. It was alive, and he needed to feed it. The changes came slowly. There were whispers of the downtrodden and clanless going missing. Nobody of consequence. The Count's men were simply cleaning up the ne'er-do-wells, those that contributed nothing. But then, the Count started changing the penalties for common crimes. 5 men were arrested after a simple scuffle over payment. A woman was arrested for adultery, like we were somehow living under the tyranny of the Eternals all over again. Charges became commonplace for almost anything. Living in the manor, my husband and I were somewhat protected, but we saw what was happening. All of these criminals were sentenced to hard labor, digging away beneath the manor until their strength was spent. When that happened, he hanged them and threw their bodies to that creature. I don't know what the Count is looking for beneath the manor. Perhaps he hopes for proof that his heritage is actually pure. Perhaps he's just gone well and truly mad. He's torn a massive hole right in the middle of the manor. A living testament to what he's done to our way of life. That place is a madhouse. Every day was spent threading a careful line. Question the Count, and you'd get arrested. Flatter him too much, and he'd grow paranoid and arrest you anyway. The Countess watched all of us with cold eyes. The nobles began to change. Strange proclivities emerged. They brought lone villagers into their rooms in the dead of night, never to be seen again. Eamon and I tried to flee, but they caught us. When she came to us from the Vastiri Desert, we nobles were just happy the Count had finally found a wife. If we had known what was to come, we never would have celebrated. From the moment she arrived, she spent her time whispering dreadful little barbs in his ear. He became rather agitated and started doubting himself, doubting his bloodline. He had a scholar repeatedly investigate whether the Eternals had dirtied his ancestry. When he found out that he might have had an unwelcome interloper in his family tree, he became fixated on proving himself, even though we all repeatedly assured him he already had our loyalty. He's been obsessed with gaining power ever since, and I think the Countess promised him a way to achieve it. Take revenge.
It is good to see you. Latis is from a prominent family in her clan, so I didn't know her well. But I did take hope from her actions. If a noblewoman could marry a commoner, then perhaps a commoner would be free to marry whoever she wants as well. It makes me think about the last conversation I ever had with my father. It was an argument. Though it tears at my heart, I choose to believe that deep down, he understood me. Be careful.
Yes? I always make sure to avoid noblewomen like Latis. Her kind seem to think I'm insincere for reasons neither you nor I could ever comprehend, I'm sure. Still, I certainly heard about her, and I've heard what she said about the manor. I know lies, hero, and she isn't one.
Bye then.
How can I help? Some men do not have to earn honor. Some are simply born with it by virtue of their status. Geonor is doubly a monster for giving away what others have sought their entire lives. He was born into the role rather than being chosen by the clan. And now, he has squandered that by serving himself above all others. I used to believe in him, but now, I cannot even stand the thought of him. Stick to the cairns.
The village has been destroyed, and madness has already reached a boiling point in the minds of the Count's men. You must infiltrate the manor and put a stop to this by any means necessary. The fate that befell Ogham village is only a single raindrop in the storm that is coming.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, effective immediately, all crimes are now punishable by hanging until death. Hanged criminals will have their bodies thrown into the pit. Soldiers of Ogham, the outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground. We must send a clear message. Leave no stone unturned.
Feel the chill!
Yes, another one! He's under there!
There he is. Just a man. Nothing more.
First ones, hear our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
What foul energy gives life to you? Of flame.
You can rest when you're dead. Keep digging! I sense Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, We both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. She is of no risk now, but how many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for Ogham. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task. Yes. Don't stop. The beast!
I know what this is. And it is not good.
You shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
I think not, Mad Wolf.
First one's iron!
Stay still!
Easy prey! Oriana! Open the cage! Release the beast! Give me what you promised!
So much more. Since you are too weak to do the job, I'll find someone.
You manipulative whore! How dare you abandon me after all I've given you! As night falls, winter's chill, sought the unworthy, through an endless night, they wither and tarry, forsaken frosts, as cold as death, of Beira's misery. The pack won't forget. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Desolation. Requiem on high. Chilling frost. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Desolation. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment. The madness, it consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, Please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
You've done well, stranger. No, you are no stranger now. You have become part of our song's story, and I shall sing it proudly. The darkness that crept upon our lands has been forced to flee, and I have a feeling you will pursue it to the end of the world. Good luck to you. This is home now. Our songs tell of times of renewal, when bloodshed, strife, and courage forge stronger bonds. That is how we will regard this era of Ogham, and how we will remember you in our songs. Be careful.
Count Geonor is dead. I never thought there'd come a day when such a statement brought relief. We can finally start rebuilding our poor, damaged Ogham. It's going to be a long and difficult struggle, but it's not nearly the first time we Ezamites have had to rise from the ashes. The thought of our village on fire. Oh, my heart feels heavy. We'll get back there someday. Reclaim our lands, rebuild, mark my words. Part of me is angry I wasn't there to defend the place, but I know I was needed by these good folks far more. I can't imagine what would have happened if they'd been out here, defenseless. The Count's name will not be remembered in our songs. Good riddance. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
The clan leaders are all dead, but there's one man who remains with the leadership to carry on. Renly will take good care of us, as is his nature. We'll be just fine, hero. You can ride on out of here with your head held high. Seriously though, I hope you return someday. If only to guard my back. Bye then.
So, it is done. The Count is dead. Where once there was a fire in my heart, there is now nothing but ash. For enacting my vengeance, you have some measure of thanks from me. Now please, go. Do what you must, but leave me be. Take revenge.
We must pursue Oriana. The seed of corruption has begun to grow, but there is still a chance that we can end this before it is too late. The fledgling beast is leaving corruption in its wake, so we have a trail to follow. When you are ready to part from this place, we can leave immediately. The trail of corruption leads east, so east we shall go. It seems fate conspires to return me to the plains of Vastiri.
The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastiri. We should find the Merikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.